Hi there, and welcome to the I'll Try That podcast. This week, I'm joined by Mr. Joseph Druitt.
Hello.
Mr. Matthew Barber.
Hi there.
And that was very sexual.
Too sexual.
And this week, we are revisiting Ireland to go for our Guinness Part 2. Because in the past probably 6 months or so, there has been a vast insurgence of different kinds of Guinness and Guinness technology to make your Guinness drinking experience better. So we
say Guinness one more time.
Guinness. So we're not going to. So this week we're not going to have a hop topic. We're going to go straight into the pursuit of hoppiness and chat about Guinness. And between all three of us, we have 3 different kinds of Guinness. So we'll probably do a bit more of a round robin.
Why don't we do like a little quick round table of what we have before we go into anything in depth, and we can kind of jump back in. I want to cleanse I want to kind of get everyone excited by these different, because you're not wrong. In 6 months, what have we seen? We've got I have in front of me that I'm going to do for the listeners. I have the Nitrosurge. This is the newest innovation from the Guinness land. This is their one, which I'm showing up to the camera. It's in a mega can. It's massive. This is the normal draft stout. I have both to try today.
What on earth is
and look
that?
how much bigger the Guinness, that one. And the Nitrosurge comes with this nifty device, which I'll talk about when I go back to. So I'm doing the Nitrosurge against the draft stout that you can get in a can.
Barbara, what have you got?
Hello everyone. My name's Matthew. I'm a Sagittarius, and I'll be drinking the
classic.
I'll be drinking the Guinness cold brew coffee beer today, and telling you what I think of that. First taste, not that sure.
So I've got my hands on the 0.0 Guinness, so the non-alcoholic Guinness. And I'm going to be doing a blind taste test. I got my flatmate earlier to pour, he literally just left 5 minutes ago, and I got him to pour out both of the beers into identical glasses and put them down next to me, and they both look the same, so I have no clue which one is which, and I'm going to do a taste test to see if I can tell which one is the 0.0. Surprise, surprise.
This sounds fantastic. I'm really pleased you're doing that.
Did you say he's gone out?
I also want to...
Yeah, he's gone out now, yeah.
Say he's gone out. So how are you going to know?
Listen, I like it. No, there's jeopardy. Listeners are going to have to find out next week whether he got it right or not.
That was that was the right intention. You did all the right...
I was so excited for what I'd done. I thought I'd done something so good.
How are you going to know?
I like at the end, you're just going to go, I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure that's it.
So we'll have a pretty sure idea which one the 0.0 is at the end of this, which is
I'm
great.
fairly confident I'll be able to tell the difference.
Okay. Well, I'd love to come to 0.0, but let's go. Barbara, I know you've been talking about, you've already started tasting your coffee beer and aren't quite sure. I want to know more about this.
Sorry, yeah, I went in early. I'm hoping it's going to change. And I suppose, coffee's a bold take. It kind of makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I think. Coffee, Guinness, both about the same colour. No, there's a bit more to it than that, obviously. But also, there's like a million different ways to have a coffee these days, isn't there? So, there's probably going to be some nuance, and it's going to be more suited to some people, depending on how they have their coffee. I think it was actually just that I was kind of almost set for... I think my expectation was this was almost going to be like a pudding in a can. And actually, I think I was expecting quite a high level of sweetness, but the coffee in itself, well, people would say, particular types of coffee are sweeter than others. This isn't that sweet to me. It is coffee-y and it is Guinness-y. And so I suppose I shouldn't really have been that surprised by this, but I just isn't, I'm not revving my engine. There's not really revving my engine at the moment, I'm afraid. It seems nice enough. and that's fine. I think I like each of these two things on their own, but married together, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes two rights make a wrong, and for me, I don't know. A wrong seems pretty heavy on the criticism, but I was expecting to just absolutely gulp this down, and so far I'm not. It's a laboured drinking.
So I've seen a lot of the marketing for this Guinness coffee, but I haven't tried it myself. But Travis, I know you've tried the Guinness coffee. What was your take? Are you following on what Barbara's saying about this?
So I think I have to go back. I was never a Guinness drinker to start with. I've never been the biggest fan of a stout, but I knew we were going to be doing Guinness at some point, so I thought I would save this up. For the past 4 months, I'm not going to lie, all I've drunk is Guinness when I've been in a pub. And I'm 100% now a Guinness convert, and everything
How good is
Guinness? Oh, Guinness is so good. Like, why did I put it off for so long? And then I just got absolutely hooked. And now I'm drinking probably far too much Guinness. And then I was almost like, you know what? Maybe I'll enjoy some other stouts. No, I was wrong. It's just Guinness. It's
yeah,
it is though, isn't
it? I've had that whole experience as well. I was like, oh, maybe I'm a stout drinker. No, I just
really like Guinness. And so then I was like, I brought the coffee Guinness because we were meant to do this episode a few months back. And then I drank that, and then I brought it again. And I'm also a fan. I really like the coffee Guinness. I think you've still got the strong Guinness taste coming through, and I enjoy the little coffee hit. It's not a strong hit, do not get me wrong,
right,
of the Guinness, but I do get a little bit, and I do quite enjoy it. And I do, on occasion, will buy a 4-pack of Guinness, the coffee Guinness to sample and enjoy.
So you can still get the coffee Guinness, obviously, because Matt's bought it, so it's still quite readily available. So I'm just trying to, from what you guys are describing, how much of like a normal Guinness does it taste like? Is it then Guinness with just a hint of coffee, or is it more like kind of a different drink in itself?
I'm going for Guinness with a hint of coffee.
Okay.
I'm going with, it's not a different drink within itself, but it's further away. For me, it's further away from Guinness than I think it is for Drabbers, possibly.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm a bit of a veteran Guinness drinker.
Sorry, you're not like these old new age Guinness drinkers like me. It's the
yeah. They want it to taste of something else.
Oh, guys, I'm going to blow your mind. There are going to be people out there whose first interaction with Guinness is a Guinness coffee. That's going to be their first like taste palette of Guinness. It's going to be a Guinness coffee.
That seems wrong to me.
That's a little bit upsetting. Sorry. I'm not going to lie. Because like the original Guinness is better than the Guinness coffee. Do not get me wrong.
The point of order, Guinness, when you say Guinness original, you're saying Guinness draft.
Guinness draft, yeah. Draft. Guinness draft, yeah. Okay. And I think...
just me stamping my authority on it. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm Matt Barber.
I think you'll find.
I think you'll find. That's it. Actually, you mean Guinness Draft, don't you? Because the original is a different product altogether.
Yeah. So actually, Joe, you've got Guinness Draft. I believe. What percentage is?
I do.
What percentage is the Guinness that we all know and love?
The Guinness Draft Stout that you can buy in a can in most places and on tap is 4.1%.
Oh, so that was I'm somewhat encouraged to hear that, because I looked at the cold brew coffee beer that Guinness have created, and that's 4%, and I was like, oh, blimey, that's way less. But actually, no, it's not. So I'll shut up.
Good.
Well, given you kind of came to me, let me talk to you about my Nitrosurge. And I can't help it.
Sorry, for the record, this should be the beer that Vin Diesel advocates for, surely.
Why would you beat me to it, which is really annoying? I was on the tip of my bloody tongue, and I was gonna bring it back to the Fast and Furious.
Why on earth does he want Corona if there is a product called Nitrosurge out there from Guinness?
Yeah. So I'm showing you guys this on the camera.
Yeah,
so
look at the
you get these fun cans, which are absolutely massive. They're 558 millilitres to the usual 440 ml. So they're tall boys.
Pointers.
They have like QR codes. So it's all, you're showing your technical side on this.
Heavens
You've got to scan a QR code to show you how to pour the beer properly. You also get this funny doohickey
it
sits
off
on the top.
Okay.
It comes off the top. So this device.
It looks like a tiny saucepan.
You have to charge. It looks like a bit like a duck, actually.
Yeah.
Duck's beak. And it's a device that you have to charge with a USB. So it's actually got electrical components inside it. It's got buttons and everything. Yeah. And you charge this thing. You then have to attach. You open up the can. The Nitrosurge special cans. Open them up. You put the device on top, and there's like a special like outlet where the funnel, because there's like a funnel as well, above. And you have to line that up with the can opening, so it clips on like this. Press the button to activate the device at the top to get the nitro surging.
You really should have started this by saying, "Now listen carefully, Bond."
Yeah,
I'm telling you my whole master plan here. And then you have to pour out very much like a normal Guinness into a can. You know, the glass at 45-degree angle and the can coming out. And then as you get past the halfway mark, the glass goes to like its full upright position, and the can goes to that more like that over the 45-degree angle space. And honestly, you get the end results. I'm showing you. I've almost drunk most of my Guinness draft. That is Guinness draft stout, just poured out into a glass. Right, a little bit of a head there. This is the Nitrosurge.
Oh.
How much more of a draft on tap beer is that? It's absolutely beautiful. Look at it, even with the Guinness emblem and everything.
Yeah, you've got the right glass as well. That does look good.
That is like in the pub word.
If you were to Google Guinness and you were a picture of a pint of Guinness, that's what you're getting right there.
And boys, honestly, I can tell you, it tastes like the real deal. It is so good.
Man alive.
Oh, I'm really jealous.
That's not going to feature on that popular social media page, is it? Is it SH1T London Guinness? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Maybe it's, in the context of the last 6 months, there's been a quite popular social media account, I think it's on Twitter, goes around and says, basically takes pictures of very, very badly poured Guinness in London, in places and just in like, you'll see it in like a San Miguel chalice glass, and it's just like a wafer thin head on top, or it's all just tumbling down the outside of the glass. Yeah, I'm afraid a little bit like the one.
Well, I was going to say these were both poured at about the same time, and look, there's a minuscule head on the draft stout that's been poured straight out the can, and compared to the Nitrosurge, which has got a much darker color as well, actually. And I can before you, I know you're going to talk about 0.0 drafts, and I want to get straight onto that as soon as possible. My last words on the difference in flavor is now the draft stout, the original one original in quotation marks. Sorry, Barbara, not to call you up on that one.
Much better.
The one that you can buy so readily, let's put it that way, now tastes watery in comparison to the Nitrosurge.
Oh, okay.
That's how much the Nitrosurge makes you realise how good Guinness on draft in the pub actually is.
Joe,
that's fairly
can
cool.
I ask, for the can, the gadget on top, what sort of price are we talking? Because I want to use it to scare an old man, basically.
Okay, so the device itself was like a one-off cost of about £15. Okay. I want to say, and then the cans themselves, you can buy them in 4-packs. I think I didn't buy them at the same time, but I think it's like negligible. It's about the same price as what the normal, like a 6-pack. Of can. Obviously, you're getting more in these Nitrosurge cans because they're bigger. So I think a 4-pack is equatable to like a 6-pack of Guinness. My only gripe I would say is I've recently been back to that same Tesco's that I bought this Nitrosurge at about a month ago, and I can't find the Nitrosurge cans anymore. So I really hope it's just a shortage. They've been really popular, and then like they've sold out, and they're waiting for new ones to be shipped out to them. But I'm kind of heartbroken that maybe I've just bought some device and some amazing cans, and I will only have the memory of this fantastic at-home Guinness experience, and I can't ever replicate it again because they just won't give me the cans.
Funny.
So that is a watch out, I would say, for these devices, is that it's a great idea, but they have to keep the cans going. They have to keep the supply going.
This is the bit I've not quite made. So the stuff that's in the can for Nitrosurge is different to what is in the...
Yeah. You cannot get this device and put it on a normal draft stout
Because it will kill it.
You have to get the Nitrosurge ones. It is packed, it is brewed, and it is intended for very different end results being poured into a can.
I'm sure we mentioned it in the first Guinness episode that we did, that I had someone tell me ages and ages ago that I wondered if the Nitrosurge stuff was the stuff that, as I'd had it described before, that you could get one Guinness that was like still, and then you put it on the wobble plate, and then they like put through it, and that's what makes it.
We've got that at my I'm a member of a squash club because I'm in Tunbridge Wells now, and that's what we do. And
you and Gerald,
and that is me and Gerald, and that's what they do. They don't have a Guinness on draft like a tap. They have the plate, the vibrating plate, which has special cans, but we can't ever buy those cans if at Tesco's. Yeah. You have to be like a manufacturer, like a pub or whatever, that asks for them specifically to be sent to you. So maybe that's what I have to do. I have to basically sign up to Guinness's Nitrosurge, like, I have bought one of your devices. Please give me some of your cans page.
So what I really like, just talking about it, the methods of pouring. So the local snooker place where I go and play a fair bit of pool and drink it has two different ways depending on the can that they put out. So it's a silver can, and then they put it onto the vibrating plate. And if it's a black can, it goes into a machine, and it's because they don't have an actual pump. They've got a machine that flips it and slowly pours it out, sort of thing. You get. I've been drinking a mix and match between the vibrator plate or the swiveling can.
And what would you say? Can you notice the difference between
the swiveling can is better than the vibrating plate?
Oh, interesting. Because I was at one moment thinking, I looked into it, and you can buy one of those vibrating Guinness plates for like not that much actually. You've just got to get the supply of the cans, but the swivelly thing is way more expensive.
And the swivelly thing does give the better pint.
I mean, to be fair, a vibrator is never going to be as good as the real thing, surely.
Well, let's move swiftly on, Travis. What have you got?
Interesting side note and update, by the way. The coffee Guinness is improving.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we checked back in. It's redeeming itself.
I'll let you know
eyes.
when I get to the right at the bottom end of it. I'll let you know. I'm warming to it.
All right. So what's been really annoying about this episode is I've been watching you two swig these lovely Guinnesses in front of yourself, and I've had to sit here staring at the two that I've got poured out because I said I would do a taste test straight off.
Sorry,
so I could try, which has been
that's fair. We should have gone to you first, but actually I knew that, and that's why I went to you last.
So I just sit and just stare at them. So I've got these two. Oh, on the upside, I did text my flatmate to see which one was which, and if he texts back, we'll find out. Oh, yeah. So
I like it. You've got Schrodinger's Guinness.
So here we go.
Yeah. I hope I hope as well when you pick them up you've remembered which way he put them down. Otherwise, what he texted you isn't going to make any difference anyway.
Well, as I said, bollocks.
So what do they look like? You're showing them up to.
To be fair, they are showing them up to the screen. They are on camera. They do look identical.
So here we go. I've got. Yeah. They look pretty similar. I pulled them out both, or he said he pulled them out both exactly the same. I'm going to go for the left-hand one first.
Dude.
So this is the Guinness Draft Stout and the 0.0. We don't know which one's which out of your hands. Okay.
So that one's the Guinness.
Which one's the non-alcoholic? And he just replies with yes.
Wait there. So this is the other one.
So you've had one of the two, but you're adamant that the first one is the actual draft stout.
And this one tastes like water.
So that's the 0.0.
You know what? I don't need his text message. This is...
it's quite noticeable then.
Yeah, so wait there.
That was quite a swig you just had. As if you were drinking water.
So yeah, I can 100% taste the difference. Like, the non-alcoholic one, it's the same as every non-alcoholic we seem to go to.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we call him Sainsbury's. He can taste the difference. Sorry, mate. Go on.
I think the worst part is I can see what they're trying to do, and I can see that there is the Guinness taste. There is when you drink a Guinness, you kind of get a little bit of thickness with it. Do you kind of know what I mean?
Check you out. Yeah. You're turning into a Guinness drinker.
There is that. there is that little.
You know when we drink Guinnesses,
And I've been doing.
We have those gaggle of Guinness.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for over 6 months now. Actually.
Yeah, you don't understand how much Guinness I've drunk in the past 6 months.
You've caught up.
Mm. I'm on some sort of warning radars at the hospital for the amount of Guinness I've drunk last week. But I can add into this a little bit. I have had the 0.0, and I agree with you. There is a little bit of something missing. It's not the full fat. It, quite literally with the Guinness is a full fat, but the 0.0 is not the same. But I would say, arguably, if you're wanting a standout 0% drink, that Guinness is one of the best ones out there. And I don't say that lightly because obviously we know and we accolade Big Drop's stout is the best tasting stout. And it just so happens to be a 0.0, from the last couple of years of beer awards and stuff. And that is a fantastic beer. But the Guinness 0.0 is a very readily available 0.0 stout.
Yeah. And it's because I'm comparing it right next door to a Guinness sort of thing. It is a good copy, but as with many non-alcoholics that are trying to represent something else, it's not quite there. It's not on tap. I wouldn't actively go out if I'm going to pick a non-alcoholic. I wouldn't actively go out and I think pick the non-alcoholic Guinness because Guinness is just so good. Yeah.
Do we know? Can I ask? Do we know? Is the calorie content the same in the 0.0, or is it if there is a difference, is it a significant one? This is the bit that I'm interested in because I know someone said to me, and I know they hadn't. I'm pretty sure they hadn't done their research on it. They were saying, why on earth would you have a 0% Guinness? Because you have so many calories with Guinness, you might as well have the alcoholic one. But then I sort of said, well, is it actually the same? And we went, good question. Because I think that's quite a valid point if it is true. Because again, also if you like the taste, I'm not your dad. Go and do it if you like. But I think that's the thing that would put me off if I was thinking about having a non-alcoholic, a 0% beer, and I knew that the calorie content of Guinness 0.00 was similar or not far off that of the full, as we're calling it, full fat Guinness, then that would drive me away because I know it is punchy Guinness in calorie intake, and I'm not normally a calorie counter.
I would like to point. I did a bit of research when I started drinking Guinness. Guinness calorie intake isn't that much more than a normal pint of beer. So I mean, like you're looking at your Heinekens, your Budweisers. It's not that far off a pint of it. Which was actually surprising. Everyone's like, there's 210 calories in a pint of Guinness, but in pints of Heineken and Budweiser and everything, there's still 185 to 200 depending on the beer. So it's not that much more on the scale of things when it comes to it.
Yeah, and also to be fair, if you're that bothered about calories, just stay away from beer altogether.
Yeah, but also the 0.0 is 35 calories a can.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good. That is very good.
Oh, that is a significant improvement then. Okay, well that then to me does negate the argument that was being made to me that was I wouldn't do that because of all the calories. So if it's 35 in a can, you live with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And the normal 440ml is 154 calories.
Yeah.
So that gives you a real jump. So you are significantly reducing your calories.
That's one fifth. Yeah, a fifth, isn't it?
Which is, I guess, a lot of reasons why kind of a 0.0 has become quite popular is because of the lower calorie intake and blah, blah, blah. I have not tried 0.0 from a tap, at a bar itself.
No, neither have I.
I know they are available. So I will actively seek one out and have one the next time. And I would love to try, maybe I'll even ask for a normal Guinness at the same time and just see see if they can do a taste profile. But I'd say arguably, if you just want to have a 0.0 and not directly compare it against its counterparts, the full fats, then it's a very good Guinness.
Yeah, I've had further thoughts.
I've
had further thoughts on the coffee one. Sorry.
No, far away.
Let's go, and we go back to Barber on Guinness. Coffee.
The mood is tense here, Joe. I'm drinking the coffee one still, and further thoughts have entered my often muddled brain. No, what it is I sat there also when I hadn't actually done. You guys always say I've done some research on this. I was completely unprepared, and I thought to myself, "Is there actually coffee in this?" There is supposed to be coffee and natural coffee flavors, which also we are
Right.
we're not quite past bedtime yet, but we're getting there. And actually, I'm normally okay with having coffee and caffeine close to bedtime. There is actually coffee in this. So in theory, you will actually get a bit of a caffeine boost as well.
Right.
Mine's yet to kick in.
I can tell because your eyes are quite wide right now.
Yeah. And you are just running from each side of the room.
Screenplay at the same time. What's good about this, and it's just dawned on me, I swear whoever's come up with this has just gone, tell you what's popular these days, the espresso martini. Actually,
very good.
This is
love an espresso martini.
This is in that world, and I quite like an espresso martini. It has got to be said. I actually would like I like an espresso martini more than I like this. But mind you, if I keep drinking it, maybe I'll continue to just warm up to it, to the point that I combust. But it's not.
I'm pleased you brought out espresso martini because when we first heard there was going to be a Guinness coffee, we hadn't tried it. We were speculated that it could be the espresso martini for the masses.
Yeah,
it could be the everyman's espresso martini.
I think it could be. Because it's just it's not as full on.
Yeah,
and actually, I quite like when you have it quite strong. I like a strong coffee taste, and actually, I can deal with quite a strong vodka taste within the martini because I do laugh at the espresso martini and any martini gone anywhere near it. it just sounds right, doesn't it? And it's in a martini glass. But yeah, this is almost like a more sessionable espresso martini. I don't think you should be sessioning anything with a considerable amount of coffee and caffeine in it anyway. But yeah, that's it. If you found that an espresso martini was too strong for you, here you go. The answer. I'm staring you right in the face.
Again.
Give it a go. This is
through the Guinness age.
And now I'm in my last sip. I quite like it.
Which just goes back to what Drabber said about it, where he quite liked the Guinness coffee as well, the 2 times he had, in preparation.
Drabber's,
and I must say, honestly, just my last note on this, on what I'm doing, the Nitrosurge, it is phenomenal. This has held its consistency, it's held its shape, the head has stayed there, throughout consumption. This is brilliant. And I'm sat in my home and I'm enjoying a lovely, lovely Guinness. A lovely, lovely Guinness. So I would say it is a risk to buy the device and get your hopes up. It's more that it's a risk because the price of £15, I'm sure, it's not nothing, but at the same time, it is a very inexpensive way of potentially having an at-home solution for an amazing Guinness. And Guinness have been trying this for years to get people at home to have the same taste of what you get in a pub. Problem is, it is a risk because they might just stop doing the Guinness Nitrosurge cans, which apparently you need to have in order to make this device and have this home experience. So the only way you're really what you're risking is the fact that they might stop it. You may never have this lovely experience again. I'm getting quite emotional because I want to have this Nitrosurge again because it is fantastic.
Oh. You made me really want it.
Yeah, I'm actively think I now want one.
Big time.
If I can tell you one thing, it will be the best thing you've done. Honestly, it is good.
Ever?
And stock up on the cans while you're there. Well, as you are a new to Guinness lover, you will absolutely blow your mind, Travis, because you can have that same Guinness taste. For Barber, you can just absolutely fool your dad into being like, check this out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's a big Guinness fan as well.
That's not who I was referring to when I said I wanted to scare an old man earlier.
I just assume you talk to your dad like he's an old man.
I just had a generic old man in my head going, how much? Your electric door thing. But that's interesting. I'm a little bit curious to know the unit cost of the electric pourer, as I'm calling it. I'm sure that's not the technical term for what it is. But at the same time, if it is doing draft Guinness at home, then, well, £15 over, if you're only going to use it for a couple of cans, yeah, that's probably too much. But if you are a big fan of Guinness, then that's probably not that ridiculous a price to pay, is it?
I think people are scalping right now because I bought it for like £15 at Tesco's, whereas you can buy it from like Vintage Wines right now. That device itself for £25. So people are clearly going, people want this, so they're like blah blah. And so you could buy. So I bought the Nitrosurge. There's a 6-pack. I actually bought a 4-pack, so I don't know where that's. And the 6-pack on Vintage Wines is £15, but I bought the 4-pack. I want to say for like £8.50, something like that, which is similar to like a nitro anyway. But you can buy on eBay, of course you can, like 300 cans for X amount of money, some crazy things. So they're clearly, people aren't sure if you're always going to have this supply of this Nitrosurge can, so they're just like, buy a load. I'm going to charge extra loads of money now for it.
Drabbers, are you still drinking 0.0?
I'm not gonna lie, I finished the 0.0 and I've also finished the pint. So
did you was your approach then to get the 0?
You started talking about 10 minutes ago, and you said you hadn't consumed any of them. You've drunk 2 of those beers in 10 minutes.
That's quite a rate, yeah.
I'm feeling a bit dehydrated. It's been hot today. So
did you just chin off the 0.0 to get it done? And
I did
done with, so then you could go and then enjoy.
Yeah, good question. What did you finish off on? What did you?
I tinned off the 0.0 and then finished off on the proper. Yeah, had the proper.
Right.
Proper one.
I feel like naturally I'd want to do that anyway. I'd want to have that final Guinness taste to be the truest to the Guinness that I can have.
It's exactly the same principle as when you're eating dinner and then you occasionally leave the best bit till last. That's the
time,
mate. Definitely do that.
When you're having a fry up, the last bit has got to have the yolk of the egg and like a crispy bit of bacon.
It's all about the hash brown, but it's.
I would have the hash brown too, although the hash brown doesn't always feature. This is the thing.
Oh no, hash brown always features.
I love
a fry up. Love a hash brown.
There's always.
They're not as good as they used to be, though, are they? Laughter, because they know that's true.
We've been involved in the last episodes. Let's see if other listeners have listened.
Tell you what's
to
in my last bite of a fry up, mate. That's a bit of black pudding.
What black? How is black pudding? I really like black pudding.
I love it.
But how is it the last bite of your fry up?
I love it.
I'd if I had to eat one, I would eat it first to get it over and done with, and it'd be smothered in beans, so I couldn't.
Oh no, I do love black pudding.
Good. I love black pudding. Well, from one black stuff to another.
There we go. So, all in all, innovations of Guinness, 6 months, 3 crackers. Let's say, the fact that they're covering a 0.0. They're covering a Guinness, the first ever time Guinness has ever done something with food, like a completely new area, another drink like Guinness coffee.
No.
And the fact
Tell a lie, they did Guinness crisps.
Yeah, sorry, okay. But you can't drink crisps.
Well,
fine. Not how I eat them anyway.
I do the end of the bag. You like to
that's
okay. Guys, that was going to be quite a smooth wrap-up, but fine. Let's go.
But I like Guinness. This is an interesting thing with Guinness, because you said, look, all these innovations...
I thought you were just going to go, I like
Guinness. And I quite like the way that they have clearly just gone, we don't care if you don't like Guinness. You're going to be having some of our products before long.
Yeah. Have some... You like crisps, or are you going to have the Guinness?
We're doing milk next.
To be fair, I did have Guinness barbecue sauce not that long ago.
I was also going to say
that. Was it good?
It was really good.
It was really good. I also had some Guinness coated nuts. When they have the crispy batter on the outside of peanuts.
Oh, I didn't know that. Were they good?
Yeah, they were really good as well. It's that. God damn it, Guinness! I wish they'd do some
nitrogen as well. How long before they just start doing oxygen?
And that's all we have time for this week's episode of the I'll Try That podcast. And so from me, Joe, Rich,
Barber, and Simo,
goodbye. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram,
Twitter,
I'llTryThatPodcast.com.
And watch us on YouTube.
Goodbye now.